Hello, beautiful truth seekers. Here we are again, the craft of living. I wanted to do a reading today on, where to next? Where to next? So as always, I will leave a link in the description below on the decks that I'll be using today. And we'll be using the Golden Art Nouveau. We'll be using the Spirit Oracle cards. And we'll also be using the Secret Language of Animals deck here. We'll start off with the Golden Art Nouveau. And where to next, Spirit? Where to next? This will be a little bit of a quick reading versus the magnificent spread we had for you last time. It's a beautiful day out today. Couldn't resist coming out and doing a nice spirit reading. Where to next for our viewers today, Spirit? Hopefully they don't blow away. We will ask Spirit to work with us with this. This deck is very huge to shuffle, but we're asking it, where to next? Where to next, Spirit? What is the next step on our path? Where to next? We'll let that one pop out. We will pick two more from this deck. Hope you can hear me okay. Where to next for our viewers? And lastly, we will draw one card from here to acknowledge what animal spirit are we taking with us on this journey, on our next step in our next phase in life, or what strengths can we draw upon from this particular animal spirit. One more time. All right. And put this guy over here for now. Let's start with the top here. So we have the Page of Wands, we have the Chariot in reverse, we have the Five of Pentacles, and we have the One of Pentacles here. So what I'm seeing is definitely new beginnings. We've undergone a lot of seeking and kind of undergone just a broadening of our knowledge. And we've gotten to this point here at the Page of Wands. And when he's upright, he is open to try pretty much anything and everything. It's a playfulness with life. It's willing to dance. It's willing to put yourself out there. But when it's in reverse, you sense a stirring of what to do next, but you're unsure of how to turn it into tangible action. So it's a seed or an idea, a new blooming, but you're uncertain how to express it in the world. So your pausing is good now, because acting hastily may be detrimental to the unfoldment of this idea, the fruition of this idea. So play with it a little bit more. Let it grow and develop into what it wants to be without force. So you may have tried things in the past and they haven't turned out as you've hoped. So this is an invitation to reconnect with your original vision, to be open to alternative ways to express it. So try again. Don't judge your past failures on trying this particular venue again. So he sees a way that he wants to do something, but he's not exactly sure on how to go about it, or what would best encapsulate what he's trying to, or she is trying to do. So this is just saying to really just reconnect and with that original feeling of why you wanted to do that and where you wanted to go, and just consider different approaches and be in rhythm with your personal goals. Also, don't let logistics or complexities or obstacles or opposition get in your way of accomplishing what you want to do. You might be a little bit indecisive to do this new thing, but know that you just need to get back in touch with your original passion, and it's going to get off the ground, and it's going to be very abundant if you will allow it to. So all of this I'm seeing is kind of a pause right now. So where to next is kind of what I'm seeing is more introflexion, more gaining a solid ground, a point in which to jump from. Because the Chariot, when it's upright, is mostly about going forward. It's conquering. It's not taking no for an answer. It's getting out there and full steam ahead. But when it's in reverse, it's telling you to pause and slow down a little bit. It may even say, take some time to take your hands off the reins a little bit. Let go of control. When you're micromanaging your manifestations, it's hard for your manifestations to really blossom into the fullness of what they're meant to be and meant to become. So it's also saying just let up on the control a little bit if you find yourself a little bit control, if that resonates with you. If not, it's just saying you might full steam ahead, but you don't exactly know where you're going. So just hold off a bit, get a game plan, get an idea of where you want to go first, see about how you want to do it, reconnect with your passions, and then you can move forward from there on where to next. And this card indicates that you're undergoing a little bit of a challenge. So as these two cards kind of said, like, hold on, you need to regroup and redecide what it is you're trying to do. And the Five of Pentacles it's really about feeling like you're going it alone, and that there's no help for you, and that you're just cold and you're destitute, and there's nobody else doing this thing that you're doing or you want to do, and there's nobody else that really wants to help you do this thing. But Spirit wants you to know that there's a light on in the church here. There's a light on in the church here, so you can use your guidance system. You can call upon the etheric realm, whatever that is to be in your beliefs. If you believe in angels, if you believe in spirit guides, if you believe in whatever, it's a power that is within yourself, but also without yourself. So it's the powers that be. It's God, it's nature, which being Pentacles, it is saying that you might possibly benefit from grounding yourself a little bit and knowing that you're not going at it alone. And just to get a little deeper into that card, it's just about, just know that you were born to live an abundant life, and you deserve this. This is also a very big deserving card of like, oh, I want to do this thing, but I don't really know if I deserve it, or I don't know if I can make it happen because, you know, that's like too much to ask for, or whatever it may be. You're kind of getting in the way of yourself and tripping yourself up. But you were meant to live this abundant spiritual and material life. So true wealth is also not an external. It's the riches of the inner abundance and the strength of your heart, something that can never be taken away. So this transition allows for a freedom of self and love that separates you from material desires. So it's basically telling you that security in life, if you want to feel secure, doesn't come from money. I mean, that helps, yes. It doesn't come from other people. It doesn't come from outside of yourself. Security is an inside job. The same thing with happiness and love. It's an inside job first before it can spread out into the world. Because once you have that core of security, there's nothing in this world or nothing, no challenge that you would face that would ever take that inner core of strength and security away from you. So Spirit is just encouraging you to know that you have that, the strength within you to have this abundance of wealth and security and finances, and you already have it. So it's already there with you, as you could see with this light on in the church there. And we also have the Ace of Pentacles, which in the upright, it's the seed of manifestation. It's new beginnings, it's opportunities, it's germination in the physical world, penetrating into the material world. It's a green light, but when it's in reverse, it's saying you're feeling a little bit hesitant about an opportunity, about a new career or finances or business or some sort of continuing education. You're feeling a little hesitant, and you might even be second-guessing yourself. Second-guessing yourself if you have what it takes to see it through. It has also, the 5 is also suggesting. But move forward when you feel ready and assess the feasibility of your idea and its potential outcomes, figuring out if this opportunity was meant for you. If the answer is yes, try not to linger too long in self-doubt. Know that you have what it takes to see your vision through to the end. So this is all saying you're feeling hesitant and you're not sure if what you're asking for is something feasible or a worthy endeavor. But Spirit is saying, yes, it is. Yes, it is. And the only way that you're going to get there is through that self-assuredness and that self-confidence that is needed to break through these barriers of limiting self-beliefs. So let's see what we have for you in the Spirit card oracle. Beautiful Shri yantras, by the way. Ooh, we have the Deer Spirit, we have the Jaguar Spirit. And then lastly, we have the Shamanista. Ooh, one of my favorite cards. So this is the one that jumped out. This one really wanted to be seen today, so we're gonna start with this one. So, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2. I'm seeing a lot of 2s in here, but the numerology of this one is 6, and this one is 3. So 3 is creation. And 2 can be duality and the integration of knowledge to create something different, which would be 3. And 6 is something else entirely. But we have the Deer Spirit, Jaguar Spirit, and Shamanista. So I'm going to go ahead and read to you from the book about the Deer Spirit first. So as you're going through this stage of unsteadiness, unsureness, you're not really sure, this is new terrain, you're stepping out, maybe you're creating a new path for yourself and something that you've never done before, or maybe you've done it before and you failed and you're scared to do it again. But Spirit is telling you this time is going to be different. Don't judge yourself on the past of what you were capable of doing in the past, in the present moment, because if the butterfly thought that she was still a caterpillar, she would never fly. So remember, if you've done the work, you've done the inner work, you've done the spiritual growth, you have got this. And the only way you're going to know how to do this is to trust. Regather yourself, regroup, know that you are being divinely guided. Take a pause a bit and know that the right opportunity will come to you that will allow you to express what this next stage in your life is how it's meant to unfold. So the Deer Spirit is gentleness, sensitivity, and awareness. So I'm feeling that it's saying be gentle with yourself in this process. So gentleness is my strength and sensitivity is my power. So it's a gentle reminder for you to recognize the great power of sensitivity and gentleness within you. Acknowledge and honor this power and let it guide you in your thoughts, words, and actions. This is a strength to draw upon, even in the most challenging times, allowing you to transition through them with no harm to yourself or others. Dear Spirit aligns you with the heart that connects all beings, and there isn't a more potent and powerful force in the world. So sensitive beings are the way showers. They're seeing and feeling things that most others haven't yet, and they bring this gift of awareness for all to learn and benefit from. And the most powerful healers are also the most sensitive. In the old male patriarchal culture, sensitivity is labeled as a weakness, but it's truly a power. It's the most sensitive telescope that gathers the most light and sees the farthest into space, and the most sensitive microscope that detects the smallest elements. So when scientists can't detect the existence or intelligence of some life forms, it's often because they haven't yet developed sensitive enough equipment to detect it, not because it isn't there. So I feel like that is just amazing, because that just tells you that sensitivity is your superpower. So if you are sensing a new path for yourself, you just need to trust that and gather that strength in your core and know that your security lies within, and then start taking little baby steps. Maybe you don't do everything at once. Maybe you just start with something that isn't so intimidating, and you think to yourself, well, I can do that. That's easy. And don't think, oh, it's too easy and that's not much of a start, because then you won't get anywhere. Just start somewhere and start today, even if you're not 100% ready. Just a little bit. Pause and regroup, meditate, reconnect with your heart and your spirit and what you're trying to do. Maybe think about logistics a little bit, but mostly just take that leap of faith. So we've got Jaguar Spirit, and it's wonderful because Jaguar Spirit and the cat energy is all about independence. So maybe you're branching off and you want to be your own boss. Maybe you're doing something different than your family or your friends, and it's something completely in left field. But whatever it is, you've got two great cards coming up here, and I can't wait to dive deeper into them. So Jaguar Spirit says, I am the leader of my life. I know what to do, and I do it with awareness and compassion for the highest good. So the Jaguar Spirit carries an aura of natural authority that comes from the most powerful and agile predator in the forest. This medicine that's currently weaving its way in today's economy is replacing the old paradigm business model, which mainly rewards consumption regardless of consequences. And from Jaguar Spirit's perspective, good business in the new paradigm is sustainable, long-term, and benefits all beings, including the earth herself. So Jaguar is always the first to see and seize new opportunities. This means you may often be the first in your circle to choose a new way, but you are acting from inner authority that has no need for approval. Isn't that what I just said? You are the first to see the opportunity because of this sensitivity. So trust that and know that that is leading you in a positive and not just a surviving path, but a thriving path. So it goes on to say this, when deciding what opportunities to take, this goes with choosing what people you choose to do this task with, what business deals to pursue, and even which direction to take. So ask yourself if this current opportunity is in alignment with your heart and spirit. This is the same thing that one said. So, but if it is, with all the agility and prowess of the Jaguar Spirit, pounce on it. And if not, don't linger. There will be better opportunities, but this is definitely saying pounce on it. So we're going to move on to Shamanista here, which is such a beautiful card. I love this card. So she says, I am the shape-shifting consciousness that illuminates your brilliance, the seer of the unknown. And the message from Shamanista emerges from the cards today to encourage you to accept and embrace both the shadow and the light, the wanted and the unwanted, as equally essential on your journey. The way to do this is to bring love to any unloved places still residing within or around you. Then all is revealed as perfect, while at the same time forever transformed. The Shamanista is also here to point you back to yourself for wisdom and grace. and guidance. You are the one with the direct connection to the answers that you seek. Self-realization is your destiny, but you are the main participant in this destiny and must act on your guidance and put into practice what you know again and again. So, but also take comfort in knowing that you are never alone on your sacred journey. And strength, knowing that your healing journey is also bringing healing to others. So this is why this is important, and Spirit saying just do it, because it's not just, oh, I don't deserve it, because it's not only for you, it's for the benefit of other people as well, because when you grow, we all grow collectively. So lastly, we will do the last one. We got the stick insect. Ooh, stillness, awareness, discernment, and composure. So I will read to you a little bit of that one. We've got the stick insect. So I'll read to you a little bit about the stick insect. So in the early days of Earth, when the elements were still finding their roles in Gaia's story, there was a time when trees were not bound to one's place, but slowly they walked the land like giants, going where they needed most to ground the energies of the heavenly realm into the earth and the underworld. Kind of like Ents. You know, Ents, the walking trees from, well, like Groot. If you're like into the, what is that? That movie. I know you know, Groot, whatever. If you don't, you know what I'm talking about. Stick insect, or walking stick, as he is sometimes known, is a long, thin insect living in a plant disguise. Vegetarian cousin to the mantis, colored in shades of green or brown, stick insect grows from a tiny egg up to 14 inches in length. So the message from the stick insect is there are times to move with great acceleration and power. Ah, that's exactly what the Chariot said. Hold on, just wait a minute, just cool your jets just a bit, because there's some regrouping and regrounding that needs to happen. So there are times to return to the natural rhythms and move at a more gentle pace. The message of the stick insect takes this spectrum one step further, calling us to return to that ancient place deep within that knows the power of pure stillness. Become observant. Open your eyes to see and take in the world with all of your senses. There is potency in silence and stillness. There is power in allowing yourself to become invisible for a time, to carry on with your own business, building up the rhythm of your work in the world without the need to be seen or noticed. Discernment is key at this time. Don't broadcast yourself or be lured by others' agendas. Keep your plans close to your heart and keep your energy sweetly focused on the simple task of nurturing the seeds you've planted and tending your garden of life. So that's the other thing. When you are just on the verge of things and you're not exactly sure, be careful, because be careful. What I mean by saying be careful is be careful who you're telling. Don't tell your tender idea to anybody and everybody with no discernment. Have some discernment on who's really there in your field, who's really there in your court, who's really there to cheer you on and back you up, who's really there to give you loving, objective advice, and just choose those people that you feel the most trust and love with, so you can see it a little better. And be patient and grateful. The harvest time is coming, but for the moment, what is brewing deep within you is simply a contract between you and your Creator. Honor it with an inner smile as an invitation to savor the sacred stillness of your being. Instead of chasing the thoughts and opinions of others, spend more time in prayer and meditation, seeking the direct counsel of your greater source within. And from this center place, bring your expanded awareness gently back into your world. As your mind and movement slow down, your ability to see and perceive opportunities expand. You will know what action is needed, and you will move with the calmness and clarity. You will smile softly, and those around you may not even notice as you step from quiet stillness to full fruition and the joyful harvest of your dreams. In the stillness, I am power, nothing to hide and nothing to prove. In the stillness, I express. In the stillness, I am present to the pulse of my Creator, rising up within me. I think that's such a powerful card. I must admit that I am not much of an insect person in that regard, but I do have respect for stick insects, and the katydids are pretty awesome as well. But that's all I have for you people. Thank you so much for checking in on where to next. I feel like this is a pretty clear indication of where to next. It's culminating, it's brewing, it's happening. You can accelerate this process by getting more clear on what it is you're trying to manifest. What are you growing in your garden? And how do you want to see it come to fruition? Because you have what it takes. You are the shamanista. You are the shaman. You have the Jaguar Spirit. You have the power to be still and observe and be sensitive. And there's great ideas. You have great ideas. You have the skills needed to accomplish this. So just trust in that. Trust in what you're being guided to by your own higher self, and awesome things are going to come. All right, peeps, thanks for checking in today. Till next time.